It's 10 a.m. and it's the yearly long test for Sharon Harris. When I leave the house and I turn left onto Main Street over there by South Park, that's where that siren is. So Dawn says to me, so if there's really a problem, it varies its tone, right? And I'm like, well, how would we know if there's never been a problem?
Not expecting one.
Yeah, we live within the, technically live within the 10-mile range, so that we have to pay attention, although it doesn't worry us.
Yeah, they send us a really nice calendar-like thing every year.
Yeah.
In the mail. Has
where to go, when the tests are. Yeah.
Yeah, so that we're supposed to be prepared. Now, what they really need to do is send us an email with the calendar notices, and that way it would show up on A.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, long alarm test. Yeah, that would be good. Well, that's extra stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, the mailman, we saw him. He put something in the mailbox after 9 o'clock last night. It was crazy.
Really
it was crazy.
I've never seen him that late.
Yep. So Dawn brought in this one package today, and it's from Scotland. And it's not something I ordered, and I think it might be a present. I'm pretty excited. Says pet quilt. I'm excited. Well, this is absolutely gorgeous. I am stunned. It's little cat faces. It's adorable. And it's has a quilt. I'm trying to think what the right word would be. You know, the person that made the quilt signed the quilt. Made with love for the Miller cats, with love from Lexi McCat and Mum Linda. Has made my day. I'm just sort of, I'm stunned. I'm like speechless. Well, there was a lovely letter in with the quilt. I am so appreciative that someone would take the time to do something so special for us. And thank you so much. And really, really making my day here. It was from a viewer, electric EV enthusiast viewer that knows Kyle and us and has a cat and likes the cat content in the daily videos. It really warms my heart.
Hey buddy, you're in here this morning for a little bit of mama time. Hi Tuxie. Hey bud. Yeah, me and Johnny just been giving him some attention. Hey bud. Hey buddy. I'm over here. You gonna turn around and look again? Tux. Tux, 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 Tux. Good boy. Tuxie. Yeah. Do the cat thing. Do the cat thing. There you are. Hi, pretty boy. Hi, pretty boy. Hi. Hello, pretty boy. That's my good buddy.
It's a gorgeous day, and before JB gets here, we're gonna make a quick run up to Whole Foods. Like I said, it's just like right at 70 out here. There's less humidity today. The bugs aren't biting. It's just a really pretty day for a drive, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you remember how we went to Whole Foods and we each made a purchase so we would have $10 to spend on Prime Day? Well, we really thought it was tied to making the purchase with your Amazon Prime card, which Don and I both did. However, Don used my cell phone number because he didn't have the Whole Foods app on his phone. And apparently, the $10 was triggered by the cell number and the app, not by the Amazon Prime Visa card. So, we need some stuff from Whole Foods within the next week anyway. And so we decided to go today so Don can make a purchase and get his 10 bucks. But we would have been going within the next few days anyway, so why not go today since we'll get $10 back. And Don is all set up on his phone now. So that's good. Right. Right, Donnie?
Make $10, baby. You're gonna spend $10. I'm gonna make $10 at Whole Foods after probably spending $600.
No, we're not doing a month's worth of grocery shopping today. We're doing like 2 weeks or a week and a half.
What's the over under on 200?
200. I bet we spend $200 today. That would be fair. But we were going to spend it anyway. And we're out of steaks. And I want to make steaks while JB is here. And I'm out of my apple cider, my spiked apple cider stuff. So there were reasons, real legitimate reasons to go to Whole Foods today.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty day. And I want to spend some time with my sweetie.
It's a beautiful day. It's perfect fall day. I mean, you can't get any better. This is Donnie Miller weather. I lived the whole year for this. This right now.
Couple of weeks, yeah.
Couple weeks in the fall. I actually prefer the fall over spring because the fall is usually not as wet. In other words, it usually doesn't rain very much. It's one of the driest months we have.
Well, goodness, there's a little bit of a traffic jam here by South Park.
They've got a little backhoe excavator digging up the ground. It looks like a power company is like a drilling thing. It's I see like a spool of wire.
I'm thinking they're putting a new pole up.
It could be something to do with cable. Well, we'll find out here in a second.
Right, we're gonna go past it and That is a big piece of earth moving equipment there. I guess he wants to turn too.
Yeah.
Could have slowed down just a bit going into that turn, if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't me that cut him short. He made it.
Right, you are not in the intersection.
Right.
And he really caused trouble for the person waiting at the stop sign to our right. They had to back up for him. He came around there a little faster than I would have preferred to see, considering the size of that equipment.
So, water main?
Yeah, they're digging down there and there's wetness. I agree. There's Fuquay-Varina truck there too, and that one guy holding the flag is a town city worker I recognize. So, don't know exactly what happened. The energy guy's there, but I think that's because he's supervising them while they're near the lines, not because they're doing something with the energy per se. Huh.
Well, we have to ask the ladies of Fuquay-Varina what's going on.
Right, or what's up Fuquay-Varina. Or for a little town, we got a lot of pages.
Right, so I guess we're finding out with this software faux pas by a couple of different car makers of gas and or electric that software is very important in doing over-the-air updates. It apparently is not as easy as everybody assumed.
Or as Tesla has made it look.
Yeah, you know.
30 software updates a year with very few problems. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, these other folks are having a problem, just do it. You got to take it back to the dealer to do software update. That's kind of not good. And then
they'll get it figured out in 2 or 3 years. It'll be easier on them.
Right, and then if you add that up with all this EPA range disappointments that some people are feeling from some of the new legacy car companies. You know, the people who's building these cars been building for 100 years, so we know what we're doing. We build cars. And maybe but building electric cars ain't quite as easy as they just thought. So I guess, you know, I don't talk in terms of lead. You know, people say, well, Tesla, I think everybody will concede that without Tesla, the electric car adoption model would be nowhere where it is
today.
In other words, I'm not knocking Nissan. Nissan, you know, they did their 2010 Leaf, the Chevy Bolt at some level.
The Prius as a plug, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was actually trying to say the pure electric would have been nowhere without Nissan, but I think if nothing else, Nissan was one of those things, don't help us. Please, don't try to help, because you actually made the story worse with 60 mile and cold weather, 40 mile. You know, a short range electric car in the American market, being very clear, is probably not desirable is never going to win. It's never going to change anything. So I think it wasn't until Tesla came out with their 200+ mile electric car, the Model S, even though it was horrendously expensive relative to at the time, and now of course the Model 3.
I'm giving Don a complex because he's talking and the battery's running out on him, and he didn't even say that much today and the battery ran out. I wish I could remember every night at bedtime to put in a fresh battery. That's what I need to do. See, I just all on me. As you were saying.
Right, I was talking about maybe Tesla. I believe Tesla is the only reason that we're even having any electric cars. I don't think the Nissan Leaf really moved the needle at all. I think that Tesla is the one that has moved the needle, has got Mercedes, Audi, BMW, all the, at least you could debate the legacy car European makers, and certainly now with the Mach-E coming up, the Polestar, all those electric vehicles that are coming to market. I believe, and I totally believe, if Tesla hadn't did what they did, those cars would not be available or even on anybody's horizon. Maybe we would have more hybrids like the Chevy Volt with a V. Maybe there'd be those kinds of cars, but I do not believe battery electric vehicles would be in existence. And I said all that to get back to the point, is that these legacy car companies would concede that Tesla has made them do it, but they just assumed that they'd snap their fingers and have a world-class Tesla beating electric EV, more range, more efficiency, more everything, and that, you know, they just leave Tesla in the dust. But I guess they figured out that this electric thing ain't quite so easy when you start, if you quit focusing on the electric car is a car and it's a computer on wheels, or it's a total paradigm shift. And oh, by the way, the number one thing they've learned is that, oh, it's really good that we almost compete with the 2012 Model S. We almost are as good as the car that Tesla shipped 8 years ago. And you know, we would sit back on our duff as legacy car people and never do another thing until forced to do so. But Tesla is totally opposite. They have moved the mark far beyond the 2012 Model S. So these people are competing, in their mind, their business plan is against this car that doesn't even exist anymore. So, you know, I don't think they've gotten that. I think it's starting to dawn on them, I should say, between the software updates, these EPA mileage estimates that's been disappointing, the kilowatts per hour, the charging. I mean, all those things are starting to say, well, we might actually have to come up with some
up our game,
and, you know, sit back and just doing it at our own little pace. Because let me tell you, when the Gigafactory in Europe opens up, and I mean, that's going to really, in Germany even, because I understand that Model 3s now are selling well in Germany, because I guess they're going on and giving Tesla credit for being a German car maker, let's say it like that. And obviously the Chinese have done that. And then of course you throw the Gigafactory in Austin building pickup trucks. I mean, my goodness, all the lucrative markets, and then Tesla's moving into India. I mean, I'm telling these folks, the legacy, I think my buddy, you know, God rest his soul, Jack Ricard, he said, you know, you're going to be able to buy legacy car companies for pennies on the dollar. I mean, 6 cents on the dollar was his quote. So, you know, we'll see. And I wouldn't bet against it right now. The over-under on, is it 6 or 5 cents?
Yeah, Don was listening to Barton.
Yeah, I was listening to Barton.
And he started to espouse some opinions, and I thought, well, that's the kind of stuff you guys really like. Now, our viewer that owns the Leaf, Don didn't say, again,
I think a Leaf's a great car.
Right, and then I think, you know, in places where you're talking about commute,
and you know, your daily driving needs, fantastic.
Right. Well, I was just talking about getting the getting the conversation talking. I don't think that the Nissan Leaf did that to any great extent. You know, the greenies or somebody did it. In other words, I don't consider the Nissan Leaf just a glorified golf cart. I really don't. But that's what a lot of people, ice car people, they would have never even thought about it anything other than, well, does it go over 50 miles an hour? You know, it's just...
Right. Well, I had a guy tell me the other day he wouldn't consider driving a Tesla until Tesla could win a NASCAR race. And I said, well, maybe an F1 race. That was my response to him. I wasn't too worried about NASCAR. But maybe. And look, back in the day, I watched NASCAR every weekend living down here in the South and hanging around with my southern neighbors. So I don't, nothing against NASCAR, but if he was going to stick that in my face, I had to have some sort of a comeback for him. Yeah, remember now, Don had the electric pickup truck that he could only go 20 miles on a good day with his lead acid battery, heavy battery pack, okay? So he speaks from a place of knowing about the range.
Look, knowing what I know now, honestly, I love my Y, absolutely, but what I'm saying is that I'd be just as happy with a little smart car or a Nissan Leaf, because I just piddle around town and commuting to and from work. A Leaf is all you need, but to sell that first, get that person to buy the first battery electric car, telling them that you're going to have to do everything within 80 miles or 100 miles or something.
Michelle is not going to buy that car ever.
That's right.
Even I might be willing, because I like the adventure of electric driving, even I might be willing to drive a car with, let's just say on a good day, 100 miles range. But average soccer moms,
not going to do that. That's
the average ICE car buyer probably. I mean, we're having discussions with people that want heated massaging seats.
Right.
So you think they're going to tolerate a car with EV range of less than 100 miles or less? Probably not.
But it's just like ranging. Oh,
that was a Model Y.
Just the
we are in Cary now.
Now that we know we've had electric car, we know. You know, Marianne just had the little event this week where she got down into basically single digits type situation. How rare, and I think we failed to point out that the car was telling her all this stuff. There was no way that she would have been run out on the side of the road unless she ignored all that. So it's just like the light on your gas gauge comes on your ICE car. You know, if you ignore that light,
you'll be on the side of the road. Yep.
So Tesla, you know, granted, you could say it wasn't convenient, or we had, you know, we wasted, it cost an extra hour, but
I had a little anxiety I would prefer not to have had, but I wasn't stranded.
That's right, she wasn't stranded, and so all I'm saying is that in today's world, the range anxiety, even in a car, we as experienced EV owners, and there goes a Nissan Leaf, talk about one. We could totally, as the second car in the family, we could totally use a less than 100-mile range, or even a 50-mile range would probably work. 50 miles in any weather would probably be fine, because we could run to Cary and back, or run into Raleigh. Mary could do one trip into Raleigh and back in a 50-mile electric car with any weather, because we're used to, we know, we trust it when it says there's 10 miles or 5 miles. You know, you start knowing just how far 10 miles is. You know, when you're close to home and you say, oh, well, you've got 10 miles, and well, I'm only 3 miles from home. Okay, so when you get home with 7 miles or 5, does it really matter? You get home. You just don't worry about it. And it does take, that is a mindset change based on from a gasoline car. So I'm just saying is at this point, I can see how there might be battery options where people say, look, I've got my long range electric car, can go anywhere, anytime. I don't want to pay any more than I have to. I want a smaller battery that'll get me around town good enough, because in 5 years there's going to be enough fast chargers everywhere that you just, make sure you get one.
Wow, there's another Tesla that's
DC
like the
charger.
fourth one I've seen today. You've been talking and I haven't, but two of them have gone behind your head while we've been driving.
Yep.
That was a blue Model 3.
Yep, way cool. So I'm just saying, at Fuquay Varina, we have electric cars in Fuquay Varina now. I mean, if that's getting pretty good.
That's a Kia EV. No, it's Kia. It said KIA on it.
But it's weird. It's the Hyundai Kona.
Right.
Starts with a K, and it's the Kia Niro.
Okay, so that was a Niro then.
Yeah.
Because I heard the pedestrian alert, and I said that must be a new car. And then I thought, well, they're only on EVs. And then I looked closer, and then I saw the EV sticker on the back of it. And, of course, at Whole Foods, you're going to see EV stuff.
The thing is, yes, absolutely right. This is a hot spot for EV type people. But I would say that that's the first one of those in the wild
we've seen
or recognized. That car, if you didn't know,
it looked like an ICE car.
You would never
Right,
know
the styling didn't go, woo, that's space age EV stuff over there.
That's right.
I wish I'd have gotten a picture closer, but it took a minute for my brain to wake up about what was going on around me.
So, we're not even halfway through the store. She said, I'm already over my $200. So you know who won the over-under? Me.
Hey, we're having a little too much fun in here.
Oh, you're going to get whipping cream now.
I don't know.
Oh
they
my
even
God.
have pumpkin spice or peppermint whipping cream. Johnny would probably really like that, I have to admit.
You got to get pumpkin spice.
We can't forget the most important thing we came for.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Alcohol. Forget this nutrition crap.
Well, it's organic and there's and it's gluten free.
That's right.
It's gluten free.
Yeah, it's sugar.
And sometimes I share.
Yeah.
Since this is like 2 in 1. You got to get this here. You got to.
10%.
You save 10%, and they don't break, and they don't have to waste extra paper product putting it safely in your cart. And I was hoping that cake was like mocha coffee flavored, but it's vanilla underneath there. I guess it's a vanilla latte instead of a coffee chocolate latte. And the Frankenstein cupcake is adorable. And I guess, Michelle, for you, brains. All right, Don did the Google Pay thing. He's got his $10 credit waiting for him at home, and we won't ask him how much it cost him.
Yeah, let's just say I won the over under 200.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Over like in way over.
This is how I loaded us up. I don't think that'll slide. So JB came a little earlier than we thought. Not really, but he's here. Johnny let us know he's here. We didn't get the Rosie alert while we were inside of Whole Foods because it's kind of like a dead zone, a cell dead zone in there. And when Johnny's home, I wasn't paying too much attention to Rosie, the Ring doorbell anyway.
No cats.
No cats. And there's JB's truck. Should be familiar to those that have been watching us for a while. Hey, so you welcomed Mr. JB, got him in the house, came out to help with groceries. I got you what you asked for. And then maybe more. Because, you are making straight A's at the start of this quarter so far. And got to take care of the teenager that's working hard. This is the start of your week of fame, right, on YouTube? Yeah, well, you're right where we hoped you would be, making yourself at home.
Yeah, well, I know my couch just fine. So
Yeah,
good.
we figured you had newspaper, internet, bathroom. What more could you need? Refrigerator for ice. JB hasn't seen Jules yet. I forgot. Like, JB was here when we had Sapphire. And JB's obviously driven in Ruby before, but he hasn't seen Jules. Elon has visited the car and left his autograph.
Did he do that?
No, that's it.
We love it though. We want everybody to think he did that. That's exactly so. We'll just get this family video out of the way. Family photo, first day, you know, so you won't be leaving and I'll be like, oh no, I didn't take a family picture. We're just getting JB's camper trailer, however he most would feel comfortable with it back there. And we'll, I guess, move it the least amount of times this week, whatever the guys think's best. Well, my Sasanqua camellia over here has some blooms this year, and it's been a few years. See, I even see some more, so it would be nice if this huge tree was totally decked out, but maybe this is a good sign because it certainly looks healthy enough over here. Honestly, I think this is going to be the first time it's bloomed since the year I bought it, but I see 50 or 75 blooms on it now that I look close, so I'm pretty happy about that. And it's supposed to bloom in the fall here, so that's good too.
I want to see this priority list.
I've got a list.
Yeah, well, Donnie said they didn't have the priorities yet, so we'll get.
Well,
the
that's
list.
true. I'll show you the list if we can prioritize.
Then we can prioritize.
Okay. Well, you guys better enjoy it right now because this is the first and the last time I'm going to let you sit while JB's here. Just kidding. Of course I'm kidding. But they're dry. It's warm.
Yeah.
You know, it's the weather's got it. Yeah, Tux thinks it's great.
Yeah, great weather yesterday. Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Donnie, be quiet a second. Do you hear that? We're out here just doing a little cleanup in the garage on the workbench, and Jules kicked on. Dawn says that's that make sure the air conditioning is dried out, doesn't get moldy smell.
At least that's what I believe. I'm going on that hypothesis.
Yeah, it's just a little quiet fan in the front, but the garage was totally quiet, so we heard it come on. And you can see she's locked up, her mirror's folded, there's no lights on. Yeah, Don doesn't have his phone. I actually don't have my phone either, so it's not that one of the phones is nearby. Guys, it can be Miller time if they'll get my stool put together.
Yeah, we'll
I was letting them start off on something easy. It's got like, what, 4 nuts or something?
Yeah, well, there's plenty of nuts.
So the little red magnetic glove or tissue holder we got the other day, Don just stuck it on up there on the little blue lockbox. It's a good place for it. It's right inside the door if we needed a quick gloves. All right, there it is, ready for somebody to sit and use it. I've got to get a red cover for those flames though.
Oh. Actually, it's pretty comfy.
Right, well that's why we went with that one over the other one we sat in at Harbor Freight, because the other one was uncomfortable. There was a piece of metal that dug up into your legs. That one is thick enough it doesn't do that.
I would say that, and the swivel thing
It's nice.
it does a good job, yeah.
Good.
And you can mount this without the swivel. You have a choice. You
Okay.
can put the swivel.
If you didn't want it, you could do
and
that.
That's right. You can do either way.
Okay, well Don says when he's at the workbench, this is sort of the workbench position, legs out on the ground.
Right,
but me, I've got to have my knees up high. I've got to put my foot on the thing.
The things would probably bump into
The workbench, yeah. But even when I do Lego projects in the house, I put my feet up on the little rung, even though my knees are hitting the bar.
Right, I understand.
Yeah, because that bar at the kitchen where I do the Legos, I'm on the wrong side of the bar.
Yeah, and I was thinking, if it's, just the height, we got a couple inches we could whack off.
Is it too tall?
No, it's not for me, but I'm worried about you.
Right. Well, we got 2 out here now, and the other one is shorter. So we're probably going to leave the fixed one in front of the piano and leave that one in front of the workbench.
All right.
So Don got his holiday wish list today.
Yeah, Joy delivered. Look at it. It's got a nice thing for me to put my list with. He put all the
It's kind of like back in the day getting the Sears catalog, only this time it's Amazon and it's just toys.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to put in my Lego wish list for you, okay? Yeah. I have one. So Don bought me a 8-quart air fryer Instant Pot. This is an upgrade to the current Instant Pot. I said, look, as long as I'm not allowed to use the old one, if it makes sense, then I want the new one. So we'll definitely be doing air frying in the new one, and I'm sure I'm going to have some I'm going to have some big chicken. I'm going to want to have crispy skin on.
That's right.
And chicken wings was the main thing. And not having fat, but just crispy stuff that would be easier on me than...
Mushy.
Right, that would be easier on me than what we were currently doing. So
That's
Don
right.
spent his $10 that he got today for shopping at Whole Foods, and he bought me a new
Air fryer.
Instant Pot air fryer combo unit because I wanted another stainless steel insert.
Right.
I wanted more silicone rings. I wanted a real glass lid. I mean, I use this thing 2-3 times a week at least.
Yeah, she uses
and
it.
I mean, almost like, why do you need an oven if you have this thing? It's so good.
That's right.
So that's what we got today. And what else did we get? We got one of those Echo Flexes with the Amazon plug for $10.
Yeah.
And I did buy the Boost, the Lego Boost R2-D2 kit because I couldn't help it.
Couldn't help it.
So far, but it's not midnight yet, but so far I haven't bought the DJI mini drone thing.
That's right.
Which I, if it was free, if it was $200 instead of $400,
midnight, hurry.
I don't know.
Hurry.
I don't know.
Hurry midnight.
I'm still thinking about it.
Hurry midnight.